Alright, moving right along to the next project. Trying to get these walls out today. I don't actually know what that is or what it's connected to or what it's for. Whoa. So I've got to get this thing off. There's so many wires in here, so many things, and I don't know what any of them do. I feel very overwhelmed thinking about how to figure all that out. And honestly, I'm just gonna go to YouTube University. I don't think I can get electrocuted right now. Nothing's on, but who knows? The theory is that I got struck by lightning in a past life. It's a really cool birthmark from it. Coming slowly. Yeah! Coming on out.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That really opens things up. It looks so much bigger. This thing is just connected on one thing on the bottom and I can't get it. I can't get it off. I'm a handy person. Albeit I'm a little bit out of practice. I've been with a handy guy for a lot of years now, and so I don't really ever have to do anything.
I'm making some pizza. You want me to get some of your pizza cold for you?
No, thank you. Feeling a little bit out of my depth.
Huh?
Feeling a little bit out of my depth.
Why?
I'm not as handy as I thought I was.
What do you mean? Look at all you've done. You gotta get confident.
I've got to get under the van. That's what I've got to get.
Why?
Let's fucking hold on to the bottoms of these. I guess. I don't know. Handy guy. That's outside. Now I can clean back here. So many things. I have no idea what they are. Yeah. Just measured this for this wall. Going up first.
Hey guys, sorry this is kind of jumping around a little bit, but this is literally how it went. So, I wanted to have the walls ready for when the insulation came so that when we put the insulation up, we could then put the walls up that would help hold it up. So, I just wanted to give you a little explanation of what is actually going on. I ended up picking a hemp wool for this project. Came in panels and I'm really happy with it, and we talk about it a little later.
It's your job.
The stuff is extremely hard to cut. And we've tried blades and knives and scissors, but the easiest way we have found is kind of to tear it, and even using this to help tear it kind of helps. But just like cutting through it is practically impossible. It stays up pretty well, but just a little bit of adhesive helps until we get the wall up. Hello everyone, it's Rachel, and today we are insulating the van and starting to put up walls. I don't yet know if we're going to finish because I think I'm going to run out of insulation, which I'll tell you about later. But I wanted to talk about the type of insulation that I decided to use in the van, why I decided to use it, and now that I have been working with it today, what I think about it and if I think I made the right decision. I decided to use a hemp wool for the insulation. So when I first started researching the different kinds of insulation that I could use, I came across people that were using traditional sheep's wool as insulation, and I was immediately, it caught my attention because it's all natural, chemical free, right? And I am all about no chemicals in my life in general, like everything else in my life. I am all natural, everything. And I don't like the idea of breathing in chemicals all the time when I'm in this small enclosed space. So absolutely, as soon as I heard that, I was like, yes, I need to do something that's all natural without chemicals, right? The reasons I did not want to use sheep's wool, okay, well, here's the thing. So I started researching the sheep's wool, and I found a video that talked about the differences between sheep wool and hemp wool. The moment I knew there was something called hemp wool, I pretty much knew that's what I was going to use. And I looked into it a little bit more, and it's made out of hemp, which is a very, very sustainable thing to use. Hemp grows very quickly. It doesn't take a lot of water. It's so much better to use hemp products than products that you have to cut down trees for, etc., etc. And it's all natural. There's no chemicals in it. It is mold resistant. There are so many things I'm probably going to forget. So I found a company called Hempitecture, and they are online, and they have a box called like a van box. So it's supposed to be the right amount of insulation for a van. I am trying to pick all of this glue off of myself. Excuse my distractions here. So, first of all, when people use sheep's wool, I see them open the box and they talk a lot about the smell, and it smells terrible. I've heard it smells like you're in a petting zoo. And I've even heard that people smell that when they're in their van, like after the build's all done later. And I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to smell, I don't want it to smell like a wet animal in here. Gross. Also, the sheep's wool is very, like, saggy. People have to use all kinds of things to keep it up. Like, they use wires and strings and hang it up and glue it, and it's very saggy. It's very hard to maneuver. This hemp wool is very sturdy, and it holds its own shape. It's very stiff. I can put it up here almost without glue. I mean, I have been using some spray adhesive, just a little bit, to get it up, and then the walls are actually going to go over it and continue to hold it up. But it stays up pretty well by itself. The smell of this, it does have a smell. And I've been smelling it all day, trying to figure out what it is that it reminds me of. It's not like a weed smell, if that's what you're thinking with hemp. Not at all. It's almost like a nutty smell, almost like peanuts, or it just smells like a combination between peanuts and like fresh wood. I don't know, it's not a bad smell at all. Popcorn, maybe a little bit. It smells like all good things. It smells like, kind of smells like fall a little bit. It's a little bit like hay, maybe, but it's not a bad smell at all. I've been like, actually, I like the smell. So, it smells great. It's firm. I thought it was going to be a little bit hard to work with when I went to make my first cut. It is very difficult to cut, and I was using these really high, these really good scissors that I have to try to saw through it, and it worked, but it was like very, very slow going. We used this big hatchet machete thing to try to get through it, serrated knife, nothing was working. I finally figured out that all I have to do is tear it, and it's very simple. So it's been working fine. As you can see, I have a lot done. These I actually put up completely by myself with no help. I mean, it's very, very easy to put up. I have been using a little bit of spray adhesive, like I said, let it get tacky, and just stick it up there, and then we are going to be putting the walls over it. So I'm very excited. It's June right now, and I live in the South, and it's been getting very, very hot. So I'm very excited to see how much it changes in here when it's insulated. I think it's going to be really cool to see. I mean, I don't think this thing is going to be ready for camping anytime soon, but after I have these walls up, and then we're going to put the bed frame in really quick, I think that's going to be like an easy project. I think I'm going to be driving this around a lot more. Like, I've been taking it on little things here and there up the street 10 minutes, but I actually think I'm going to start using this as my main vehicle to like run errands and things like that. And I think it's just going to be so much cooler in here with the insulation and the walls. I'm so excited. I think it's going to like immediately look so much cleaner in here too, because there's going to be these white walls up. I mean, I'm so excited. This is the first one I haven't had to cut at all. It's kind of exciting. So one panel left to do, and this is all I have left. And I have to fill all these in. So, I don't know.